Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Living Well with Terrell, the place where we develop the mind, soul, and the body on a communal level. And today we're going to be focusing on the aspect of the mind, and the soul, and the body. Because today I'm actually going to be roasting your zodiac sign. This is something different. I don't usually do these kind of videos, but I feel like it was time to do something entertaining. Just a little disclaimer out there. This video is based solely on my experiences with different people, of zodiac signs and my independent research on zodiac signs. So, get out your feelings. Don't take it personal. I'm just going to go through and say what I think based on my own personal experiences. All right. All right, do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe, hit that subscribe button. I'm tired of y'all watching my videos and not subscribing. And also bear with me because I know the lighting is a little bad. I have a weird setup right now. So just, I'm struggling right now, long story short. So just bear with me. All right. Okay, so the first sign is Aries. Now, a lot of people have misconceptions about Aries. I personally love Aries. Y'all are bold, y'all are confident, and a lot of times that can be intimidating to signs. With Aries, what you have to watch out for is, that stubbornness. And if you're going to be friends with an Aries, you have to have thick skin. Like, thick skin is a must because they're going to say whatever comes out of their mouth. They truly have no filter. And another thing is they have no patience. They want things instant and they want things quickly. And because they process things so quickly, they don't understand why other people don't process things that quickly. So it's like, I'm here. I need you here. Why are you here? Pick it up. Let's go. So a lot of times they can be seen as insensitive and, arrogant because they're so quick with it. And, they process things so fastly. But in reality, they're not really arrogant. It's just with an Aries, they're not going to be so welcoming. They're one of those signs that they're caring, their gentleness and all these things, like you have to earn them. They're not just going to give them to you. You truly have to work hard for them. So they may seem a bit, like, chin up because, they carry a certain pride in themselves. They're not going to be quick to take help from everybody. They don't want people to see them down. They look at that as a disgrace. They look at that as a sign of weakness. With an Aries, they pride themselves in being able to take care of themselves and all of their responsibilities. So they're not going to be so receptive to your help or, they don't like people with a hero complex. They like to do it themselves. That's just how they are. That's how they roll. But all in all, they're very good friends because they'll have your back. They won't tolerate disrespect and they're going to address anything that's an issue for them. But keep in mind, when dealing with these types of people, if you have a falling out with them or a bad experience, they're not going to really come to you and say, I was wrong, I did this, I did that. Their way of apologizing is to resurrect communication with you. As crazy as it sounds, their mindset is, oh, I know I messed up, but, I'm going to apologize to you by continuing to be your friend or continuing to have this relationship with you that we have had thus far. And either take it or not. Either way, I'm going to be okay. That's just Aries for you. And, honestly, I love them for it. So next we have the Taurus. I don't know too much about the Taurus. So as y'all can see, I have a little flashcard here to help me pinpoint. I want to be as accurate as I can. I know a few Taurus in my life. And from what I can understand, they're very friendly. They don't like to have problems. And a lot of times, some of them avoid conflict. But then again, a lot of them can be very stubborn when it comes to those key things. So, excuse me, damn. Yo. All right, so, all right, so the best way to get along with a Taurus is just to identify those key things that they base themselves upon and those things that they find non-negotiable and, see if that's a fit for you and see if you can kind of honor those things. If not, you're going to always find yourself, being in a conflictive state with the Taurus because they are stubborn when it comes to certain things and they are protective. They're headstrong. But another thing is because they love luxury, they love finer things in life, it can translate into, being materialistic. And a lot of times, in order to gain these things that they care so much and deeply about, it can a lot of times be disloyal activity, you know, if y'all catching my drift. Like some Taurus can be disloyal, some can, but you know, that's not all cases. So just keep that in mind. And what's next? I think the next one, I'm sorry if I have this out of order, but I'm going to say Gemini. Okay, so Geminis, these people are my favorite kind of people. Like I love Geminis. You know, y'all are so, let me sit up straight. Y'all are so passionate, y'all are so hardworking, trustworthy, and y'all are determined. Like any Gemini you know, they're gonna do the best at whatever they're doing. It doesn't matter. Like they're not selective with showcasing their potential. If you know a Gemini, they're pretty much like, okay, I need to know how I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Once I know how, I'm gonna, you know, attack it. I'm gonna handle it, I'm gonna get it done. And they don't really like when you're not doing things how they should be done, because with the Gemini, they're based off of communication and transparency. So it's like when you're out of order, it messes up the entire cycle or process for everything, and they can't have that. But all in all, these are great friends to have. They'll always have your back. They're very passionate about friendship, love. You know, if you have them as a partner, they'll be perfect partners, just dedicated to you. And you never really have to worry about Gemini talking behind your back. I never really experienced that or heard of that. They're truly just, they'll tell you how they feel, you know what I mean? If they feel you're falling short in some aspects, they'll bring it to you and let you know, you know what I mean? But all in all, you gotta love a Gemini, man. I will say though, like no cap, like with a Gemini, if you make them angry or you upset them, then you can see like another side to them. They can flip the switch. As you know, they have like that dual nature. So like they'll really flip the switch on you if they have to. But all in all, a Gemini is their own worst enemy, because these people they will be so hard on themselves. Like, because, you know, they love to do their best a lot of times. So when they feel like they may have, you know, fell short on something, they instantly resort to self-sabotage. They just, oh, you know, I'm terrible, I'm this, I'm that, I'm lazy, I should have been smarter, I should have been quicker. They always want the most optimal situation. And when they don't fulfill that, then that's when they just hurt themselves. They don't really, you know, blame it on others. They're really good at accountability. And that's why you gotta love a Gemini. All right. Okay, so next sign is the Cancer. Cancers, you know. People give y'all a rap for being like huge crybabies and things like that, which, you know, is definitely true. I ain't go, you know, Cancers, y'all love to cry and things like that. But what I will say is y'all are very understanding. Y'all are very clever. Y'all smart. Y'all y'all are non-judgmental. And, you know, I can appreciate that. Y'all are one of the signs that truly, you know, you love to love. Like, it makes you feel good to love. And because you're so emotionally fluid, you know, a lot of people look at that and they're probably turned off by it, overwhelmed by it, or, you know, they're frightened by it. But there are two types of Cancers from what I've learned. You have Cancers that know they are emotionally fluid and they own it. And then you have the other Cancers that are like, you know, I don't have emotions. They try to pretend like they don't have emotions because, you know, they see that as a sign of weakness, and they know everyone assumes that, you know, they're emotionally fluid because they're a Cancer and they hate it. Okay, the next sign we have would be Leo. Now, the thing about a Leo is very protective. A Leo is a leader. When you think of a Leo, think of that energy of, you know, a lion. They're powerful, they're protective, and they're intelligent, and they're selective with their energy. I can't say that about Leos because a lot of Leos, they might excel in one task, but not so much as the other. And their entire ideology behind it is, you know, I'm not really passionate about this. This is not my thing. I'm not going to be doing this for long. So I just need to do, you know, enough. But, you know, make no mistake, Leos are powerful and they assess things. They're very wise. They'll sit back and, you know, see how everything's going and then determine what they want to invest their energy into. With these people, they're, you know, the life of the party. They're used to, you know, everyone loving them. So when they don't experience this love, then confusion can come. And then they kind of try to seek out that attention. And that's why, you know, that whole thing of Leo, attention seekers, that's where that derives from, because they're like, man, you know, I'm used to getting this, I'm used to getting that. Why am I not getting this? You know, that's the case for most Leos, but not all. Another thing is when a Leo is upset, when they feel like, you know, their feelings are hurt, they're going to want to destroy you. You know what I mean? Because they are so passionate and they're built on loyalty. When they feel like you're someone they love and, you know, you brought harm to them, they feel like they have to destroy you. So, you know, they can be insensitive when angry and they can say some hurtful things intentionally to harm you. So that's just something you have to look out for when you're dealing with a Leo. And another thing is you don't want to challenge a Leo. A Leo is not going to be competitive with you because their focus is on, you know, being happy and having everyone else around them happy. So they're not going to want to challenge you, but, you know, don't challenge them because they take that as disrespect. So now they have to show you, you know, that you've made a mistake, and they're going to make that very clear. So that's just something to consider when dealing with Leos. Okay, so the next sign we have are the Virgos. Now, Virgos are very creative. Virgos are smart and they are dependable. The thing about a Virgo is, I don't know, they just have this gift. They can take any normal thing and just make it completely beautiful and artistic. You know what I mean? They can just take a piece of their soul or their personality and, you know, implement it into anything they do. And it truly resonates with people. You know, people, they connect with that because they're so creative. And a Virgo is always going to make the situation fit for them. They're very good at that. They're very good at putting themselves in, you know, good situations, and you can depend on them. If a Virgo said they'll do something for you, you know, they have to say it. You can't assume it. But if they say they're going to do it for you, then 10 times out of 10, a Virgo is going to come through for you. Things to look out for, they can be pretty vindictive. And by that, I mean, if, you know, they feel like they're not getting what they want, or, you know, something's not going how it should be, then they will manipulate standards and circumstances to fit whatever case scenario they need to happen. So keep that in mind. Another thing is a Virgo can be jealous. If they feel like they aren't getting that love from you that they want and you're showing it to other people, then they begin to question it, like, what's going on? I don't like this. And they're going to make that very clear. Like their actions and energy is going to project that deeply. Lastly, they can be very stubborn. We all know Virgos, they are perfectionists. So when they have an idea or, you know, anything, working in groups can be hard because it's like with them, they're like, okay, I know the best case scenario for this. You know, my ideas are the best ideas. So we have to go with my ideas. If we're not going with my ideas, then it's not going to be the best it can be. And if it's not the best it can be, then I'm going to be upset. I can't be a part of this. So just realize with them, they're very stubborn and it's hard for them to admit when they are wrong. Okay, so next up we have the Sagittarius. I know a few Sagittariuses in my life, but, you know, I'm familiar with this sign. I know they're very loving. They have a lot of passion. These people are leaders, you know. And the thing about a Sagittarius is, you know, you never want to try to dominate them. They hate to be dominated or feel like they're being dominated. However, they aren't not too really concerned with trying to control you. That's the flip side to a Sagittarius. A lot of signs that hate to be dominated, they like to dominate. But a Sagittarius is like, okay, these are my boundaries, these are my lines. As long as you don't cross that path and come over here trying to run shit, then we can be cool. We can coexist. You know what I mean? Because I would never come to your side and try to run it. So it's like that respect is established with a Sagittarius, and they, you know, that's the fundamentals of their interactions or relationships with other people. It's like, as long as we have respect, you know, we can thrive. Just like a Capricorn or a Leo. It's like respect is, you know, non-negotiable. We have to have that. And you know, these are just really cool signs. You know, they're easy to get along with, but then they get bored fast. You know, they get bored easily. They need adventure. They probably love to travel. If they don't love to travel, they love to experience new things, you know, within that same area. You know, they hate to be in like a cycle. They hate to do the same thing over and over again. They need adventure. You know what I mean? They have big hearts. They can be pretty emotional in certain situations because, you know, that passion, you know what I mean? When they're passionate about their love and they're not getting that in return, then that's when you have a problem. All right. Okay. All right, next up we have one of my favorite signs, the Capricorn. Yo, like, I don't care what nobody says. You have to love a Capricorn. Capricorns are just great. Though they are those people that are organized. They have like that binder mindset where, you know, everything is color coded. When they take notes, the notes are aligned. Like everything is organized. They're about their business. But, you know, it can be conflictive when working with them because a Capricorn is a control freak. They know they're good at what they do. You know what I mean? And it's like with them, they expect to already be in charge of certain things. You know what I mean? When they're in their element, anyone who tries to tap into that or micromanage that, that's when you have a problem with a Capricorn, because a Capricorn is very, you know, confident in their ability to fulfill their task or handle their business. So it's like when dealing with them, you got to realize that. But all in all, you know, these are, I mean, very balanced people. They have fluid social lives, you know, controlled emotional lives, financially responsible. These are just people that are well-rounded and balanced. So you can understand why they always want to be in control of situations, because they can detect the flaws in other people. And sometimes, you know, they're a little judgmental without saying it. They'll never be verbal about it, but their actions will show it. You know what I mean? Control freaks, you know, when they're wrong, they hate to admit that they're wrong. But you know what? Because these are well-rounded people, they'll do it. They'll hate to do it. But if they love you and they know it needs to be done, they'll do it. So yeah, that's Capricorn for you. But these people know how to live life, despite them being so organized and so, you know, they can be very balanced and dot their I's and cross their T's. These people know how to have fun. They can be the life of the party. You know, like, don't ever get it twisted. They'll have the greatest time of your life with you, but just know before y'all get into all of that, they need to set the boundaries for that and the possibilities for that. They're going to calculate all that shit before it even takes place. These are just the type of people they are. Gotta love Capricorn. Okay, so next up we have Scorpio. Scorpios are very prideful. You know, they walk with their head held high, and, you know, they kind of like, I would say, emulate. They kind of emulate that energy, that of a Leo, you know, that prideful energy. But then again, Scorpios, the things that they are most prideful for, they seem to lack in those aspects. So that's just something to be conscious of, because even though they have big hearts and everything like that, for some reason they fall short in the things they hold, you know, to the most value, they hold the most value to. Something to think about. But all in all, they're very conscious. They're aware of situations outside of themselves, and they kind of assess with everything that's going on. And, you know, they know things about themselves. They probably don't want to admit it, but they know these things about themselves. And, you know, you just have to be careful when dealing with a Scorpio, because their idea of honesty can come off as a bit judgmental to people. So if you ask this friend for advice or anything like that, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to be probably pragmatic about the situation. Like, well, you know, it seems simple to me. Just, you know, break up with him, break up with her, just get it over with. You know what I mean? Because they don't really do too well with, I guess you could say, empathizing with other people's emotions. They're very pragmatic. So they're like, okay, you just need to do this and do that. It's simple to me. And with them, it's like, worst case scenario, I'm still going to be okay. So it's no loss for me. That's just something to keep in mind when dealing, you know, with a Scorpio. Okay, so next up we have Libra. I know a few Libras in my life, and from my research and, you know, my experiences, you can say that Libras are very self-aware. They know themselves better than anyone. You know what I mean? So they're that type of person where you can't really tell a Libra something about themselves that they didn't already know. You know, they probably didn't care about it. They probably didn't care how you felt about it or how you were going to take it in, but they definitely knew. You know what I mean? So another thing is, if you have them as a friend, great listeners. You can tell them everything. They're really going to actually listen to you and give you, you know, logical feedback. They're not just going to talk out their ass or just tell you any old thing. They're going to listen. They're going to think about it and, you know, kind of personalize that with themselves. And then they're going to offer you valuable information to them. They'll always encourage you. You know what I mean? If you want to do something, you want to be something, you need that motivation and that support. A Libra is going to really have you feeling, you know, something you thought initially was crazy and outrageous. They're going to tell you, no, it's definitely attainable. You can do it. Why not? You know what I mean? Great friends to have. You can depend on them in that aspect. But a Leo can be a bit mentally unstable. you have to watch out for that. So when dealing with like a cluster of emotion, a Libra is likely to, you know, just jump in head first and experience each of those emotions separately. Whereas another sign may take a different approach, may assess it a little bit. A Libra is just going to jump straight in and just experience everything. And it's like this fluctuation of energy. And a lot of people can find that overwhelming and, you know, just disturbing. So that's something to think about. But all in all, Libras love to love. They love to be in love. They just, you know, they just simple people, simple signs. They just love love. You know what I mean? Anything that interrupts that, that's when they have a problem. So next up, we have the Aquarius. Aquarius. All right, so I love Aquarius. People give them a bad rap because, you know, they say, oh, Aquarius are strange. They're not like the other girls. And, you know, I love them for that. With an Aquarius, you can really have any conversation with them. They won't make you feel weird, crazy, or anything. Like, you got to be careful, though, because once you tap into that side of an Aquarius and go down that rabbit hole, like, you fucked. Like, you will never see things the same. They have a way of just, like, you know, presenting this philosophical energy. And if you're not scared, you know what I mean, you'll appreciate them for that. But a lot of people fear what they don't understand, or they fear what they don't know. So, you know, they kind of distance themselves away from, you know, the Aquarius. But the Aquarius can be a good friend, a very good therapist. I'm telling you, an Aquarius will make a hell of a therapist. Also, they're very, I'm not going to say in rare cases. In some cases, they're envious, but they can mask it well. Like, Aquarius knows they stand out. They know they're different. They have no shame in being different. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not their issue. But when they feel like someone is more strange than them, or someone is getting more attention than them, then they're kind of conflicted, because they're like, you know, like, that's my thing, that's me, that's who I am, that's my existence, what are you doing? Then they try to attack you, or they try to evaluate, they try to challenge and validate your, you know, originality. They try to validate your originality. They want to just assess you. Even if they don't do this directly, their actions will show it, and they'll think it. You know what I mean? And secretly, an Aquarius, they care what other people think. They don't care that they're weird, but they secretly care about what people think of them. So it's like, they don't ever want to come off as, like, you know, lacking or insufficient. They want to make it established, but they don't want to own the fact that that's what they desire, because to them, they have this thing where, okay, I don't care what people think, and that's just me. You know what I mean? But friends around them, they expect their friends to establish their character and personality for them. And for them, that goes without saying. So that's something to keep in mind when dealing with an Aquarius. All right, next, we have the Pisces. I really hope I didn't skip anything. And if I did, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna look at this video and see if I did. All right, back to the situation. Pisces. I love Pisces. Actually, I don't. Y'all are my least favorite sign. However, for the purpose of this video, everyone is giving a fair chance in everything, and I'm going to evaluate it with honesty. Pisces are emotionally intelligent. However, they are still emotionally fluid. So a person like me, I guess you can say that is like overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to work with a lot of Pisces, because Pisces are those people that feel everything. You know, they experience everything. A person like me, if something comes up, you know, it happened, it's done. If I don't deem it relevant, it happened and it's done. But with a Pisces is, you know, they feel everything, and they have to assess everything, and they have to go in deep into everything. And that starts to take away from productivity. So it becomes an issue with a lot of people. However, these are good friends to have, because they'll give you thorough advice. A Pisces will never lead you on. They will never have you thinking they feel one way about you and do a different thing about you, like a Scorpio. A Pisces wouldn't do that. I imagine a Pisces and a Scorpio wouldn't get along. Just like I imagine a Virgo and a Capricorn would never get along. They both would try to control the situation and end up letting the situation go crazy. Anyway, Pisces are loving, you know, when they hold you in their heart, it's really important to them. So if you try to hurt someone that Pisces love, then that's when you see, like, you would think they're a fire sign, even though they're a water sign, because they will go crazy about the ones that they love. And, you know, you can't really fool a Pisces. You know, you can try to come and be fake around them, but they're going to realize, they're going to read your energy and feel your energy, and their vibe is going to be off with you. And you would notice if they don't blatantly call you out on it, which most of them do, they'll just distance themselves away from you. And they'll just be like, you know, I'm not really fucking with you. You know, I mean, I'm not really messing with you like that. And, you know, they want to include you in a lot of social activities. But that's just the Pisces. All right, everybody, I hope that y'all enjoyed my video and my take from my personal experiences. Don't forget to subscribe. It helps me a lot. Your boy trying to get monetized. Y'all playing. Stop watching my videos and not subscribing, all right? Y'all gonna see that side of me. No, I'm just kidding. But, if you can guess my sun sign and my moon sign, then I will cash you $10. I was cash after you $10. So the first person to comment down below my sun sign and my moon sign, you get a cash out from me of $10. And if I know you're in real life, it's an automatic no. Don't try to play me. All right. Other than that, subscribe to my channel. I will say this is not really an astrology channel. It's more so a spiritual, physical, and mental development channel. But I'll touch on astrology every now and then. If you're interested in developing yourself further, which I hope you are, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Other than that, have a great day, and thanks for living well with Terrell.